Fox 32 has investigated Henyard's use of a police security detail, taking officers off the street and costing thousands of dollars.
I'm about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments. There will be anything. It'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what.
Katt Williams, the undisputed king of comedy and master of sharp, no-holds-barred commentary, is back at it again. This time, his comedic sights are set on none other than the infamous Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who's been making waves for all the wrong reasons. But before we dive into the controversy shaking up Thornton Township, let's take a moment to appreciate the man who's never shied away from speaking his truth, no matter how harsh it may be.
Likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but.
Katt Williams is no stranger to controversy. He seems to thrive on it. This is the comedian who's built a career on calling out the corrupt, the hypocritical, and the downright shady. He's the guy who isn't afraid to expose Hollywood's dark side, poke fun at the so-called Illuminati, or mock politicians who think they're above the law. Remember when he roasted Kamala Harris? That was just the tip of the iceberg. Katt has earned a reputation as a truth-teller in a world full of liars, and his fans love him for it. Now picture the scene. Katt on stage, microphone in hand, his signature wild hair catching the spotlight as he paces back and forth, delivering punchlines with the precision of a seasoned sniper. He's in the middle of one of his legendary rants about the state of the world when he suddenly shifts gears and starts going after politicians, the arrogant, greedy fools who think they can get away with anything. The crowd is buzzing, eagerly waiting to see who his next target will be. Then Katt drops the bombshell. You know who really needs to sit down? That Tiffany Henyard, out here acting like she's untouchable, spending all that taxpayer money like it's monopoly cash. Who does she think she is? Buy-in, she's just another greedy politician about to get a reality check. The audience erupts in laughter, but there's a serious tone to Katt's words. You can tell he's not just joking, he's putting Tiffany Henyard on blast, and it's about time someone did. So who exactly is Tiffany Henyard, and why has she become the talk of the town? Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, and the Thornton Township supervisor, has found herself at the center of one scandal after another. Elected in 2021, she quickly made a name for herself, but not for the reasons anyone would want a public official to be remembered. From accusations of lavish spending to allegations of corruption, Henyard has come to symbolize everything wrong with small-town politics. Let's break it down. Henyard's administration has been accused of racking up hundreds of thousands of dollars on unnecessary luxuries, all on the taxpayer's dime. We're talking first-class flights, high-end hotels, pricey dinners, and even a $43,000 Amazon shopping spree, all charged to the city's credit card. Yes, you heard that right, $43,000 in a single day. What could you possibly need to buy on Amazon for that kind of money? It boggles the mind. And they thought they could get away with it. But it doesn't stop there. Henyard's critics allege that she's been using her position to enrich herself and her inner circle, while neglecting the very people she was elected to serve. Reports have surfaced about her hosting extravagant parties, paying for personal trips with public funds, and even using taxpayer money to boost her own image, complete with billboards plastered around town. Let's not forget the accusations of nepotism, with her close friends and family members landing cushy jobs within her administration.
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
One of the most outrageous examples of Tiffany Henyard's boldness came when she took a 10-day trip to Springfield, Illinois, supposedly in the name of her charitable foundation, Tiffany A. Henyard Cares. The foundation claimed to support cancer patients, and, as if by coincidence, it received a $10,000 donation from the town board on the very day it was established. Sounds suspicious, right? But instead of dedicating those funds to the charity mission, Henyard allegedly used the money to fund a luxury road trip. The trip included stays at fancy hotels, meals at upscale restaurants, and even a personal photographer to document the charitable journey. The total cost, a staggering $11,000, all charged to the Dalton credit card. And while she was off living it up, the people she was meant to serve, those cancer patients, were left in the dust. This wasn't just an unethical use of funds. It was an abuse of public trust, all in the name of a charity that appears to have served only one person, Tiffany Henyard herself. The audacity of this move, paired with the mounting accusations of corruption and self-enrichment, has caused public outcry. It's one thing to misuse taxpayer money for personal gain, but it's another entirely to misdirect charitable funds, especially when they were supposed to go toward helping those in need. This move may have been the tipping point for many, exposing the true extent of her alleged corruption.
I think it's interesting about this case, this story, is you can be highly legal and unethical.
As if that wasn't shocking enough, Henyard's administration is now facing intense criticism for mishandling public funds. The village of Dolton, which was once financially stable, is now buried in debt. When Henyard assumed office, the village had a $5.60 million surplus. Fast forward to today, and that surplus has vanished, replaced by an eye-popping $3.65 million deficit. So how does a town go from having a surplus to sinking so deep into financial trouble? For many critics, the answer is simple: Henyard's reckless spending and disastrous financial management.
Finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered Mayor.
Let's talk about the aftermath. Henyard's actions haven't just stirred controversy, they've sparked outright scandal. In fact, the Illinois Comptroller's Office went as far as freezing payments to the village of Dolton because Henyard failed to submit overdue audits. That's right, the state had to step in because the town's finances were in such disarray under her watch. It's not just state authorities keeping an eye on Henyard. The FBI has now launched an investigation into her administration, focusing on potential corruption and the misuse of taxpayer money. Subpoenas have been served and investigators are combing through everything: her spending habits, her ties to local businesses, and more. There are even whispers that Henyard may have attempted to cover up an incident of misconduct during one of her taxpayer-funded trips. If these allegations hold up, it could be the end of her political career and might even lead to criminal charges. Henyard hasn't taken these accusations lying down. True to form, she's responded with the confidence of someone who calls herself a super mayor. At a recent town hall, she dismissed the allegations as part of a smear campaign created by her political foes. "This is all about control," she declared, her voice full of defiance. "They can't stand to see a strong woman in power, so they're trying to tear me down, but I'm not going anywhere." Yet despite her fiery resistance, it's clear that the walls are closing in. Former supporters are backing away, and even some of her closest allies are starting to speak out. Trustee Carmen Carlisle, once part of Henyard's inner circle, recently condemned her actions in a harsh statement. Carlisle accused Henyard of unethical and predatory behavior, claiming she used her position to manipulate employees, vendors, and residents. Carlisle's betrayal is a clear sign that Henyard's hold on power is rapidly slipping away. As the scandal continues to unfold, it's hard not to see the similarities between Henyard's story and the many tales of political corruption that Katt Williams has taken aim at over the years. Katt has always been a voice for the people, unafraid to call out those in power when they step out of line. And with Henyard, he's found the perfect target, a politician who seems to embody everything wrong with the system. What makes Katt's critique of Henyard so powerful is that it's not just about her. It's about the larger issue of how power corrupts. It's about how those in authority often forget the very people they're supposed to serve. Katt's comedy has always centered on exposing uncomfortable truths, and in this case, the uncomfortable truth is that Henyard is just another politician who believes she's untouchable. Wraps up his set, you realize he's done more than just make the audience laugh, he's made them think. And that's the mark of great comedy. Sure, Henyard might brush off his jokes as just another jab from a critic, but deep down Chino's Katt is on to something, because at the end of the day, no matter how much power you wield, or how many people you try to control, there's always going to be someone like Katt Williams ready to call you out on your BS. Let's be real, if there's one thing Tiffany Henyard needs right now, it's a serious reality check. Whether it's the FBI, the Illinois Comptroller, or public opinion, someone's going to make her face the music. And when that happens, you can bet Katt Williams will be right there, mic in hand, ready to say, "I told you so." But until then, we just sit back, watch the drama unfold, and enjoy the spectacle. Because as long as politicians like Tiffany Henyard are around, Katt Williams will always have fresh material. And honestly, we wouldn't want it any other way. Fans have been pretty vocal about Tiffany Henyard, and the verdict is clear: people are fed up. Take this comment for instance: "She'll be the youngest woman to ever be elected. Now thanks for setting that example." The sarcasm is dripping, perfectly capturing the frustration many feel about Henyard's rise to power and the mess she's made since. It's not just about tarnishing her reputation. It's about setting a dangerous precedent for future leaders, particularly young women in politics, who might now face heightened scrutiny and skepticism because of her actions. Then there's the no-nonsense comment: "She's a grifter. Hopefully she'll face consequences for her actions." This fan isn't mincing words, calling Henyard out as a grifter, a term for someone who exploits others for their own gain. This demand for accountability reflects a wider desire to see justice served, and to avoid the all-too-common story of a politician getting away unscathed after betraying the trust of the people. So what do you think? Is Katt Williams spot on about Tiffany Henyard, or is there more to this story than what we see? Will Henyard finally have to face the consequences, or will she somehow dodge them again? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.